Namaste and welcome to the Flushing Town Hall's presentation of Kathak dance with Srijan Dance Center. Today's presentation is a showcase of the traditional Indian dance form of Kathak. In collaboration with Srijan Dance Center and Abha Roy, a renowned Kathak dancer and a teaching artist here at the Flushing Town Hall, I welcome you all. Guru Vandana is an invocation to the Guru and a giving of thanks from the student to their teacher for imparting knowledge to them. The pursuit of classical art forms like Kathak require a devoted sadhana, which means a meditative discipline or training through which the student becomes one with the divine. The Guru or teacher is the bridge that connects the students to the sadhana. The Guru is also the window that opens possibilities of creativity while keeping a tight watch on technique and discipline. Without our Gurus, our sadhana cannot be complete. They play a very important role in shaping our lives. If you have ever fallen in love with a subject like math or language arts because you had an amazing teacher, you will absolutely agree with me. Presenting here is an invocation to the Master, Guru Vandana. Please stand by for the live performance with a pre-recorded music track. This is performed by Abha Roy and Amanjeet Kaur. Wow, that was a wonderful start, and I assure you there's more to come. Let us now briefly take you on a journey of understanding gestures used in classical dance to depict various moods, objects, or feelings and convey the message by using hand gestures and body language. A lot of importance is also placed on facial expressions, which help to fully convey that which the dancer is trying to depict. We will speak about the theatricality of Kathak, but now let's see some words being depicted. It's almost like learning a new language. You can try along if you wish. I will be speaking the word in Hindi and English, and Abha Roy will be showing you the gesture or the mudra for that particular word as used in Kathak. Let us begin. Namaste. Traditional Indian greeting. Diya or Deepak. Oil wick candle traditionally lit on Diwali. Tal. The beat cycle within which a piece is composed is called tal. Rag. A framework of notes upon which the melody of a song is composed. Example, Rag Bhairavi, Rag Malkaus, Rag Bilawal, etc. Vandana. A devotional, prayerful composition in praise of a certain deity. Bhajan. A devotional song with no fixed form expressing love for the divine. Thumri. A classical piece expressing influences from the Mughal era and also relying heavily on the mathematics of Islamic music. Pair. Foot. Matka. A clay earthen water pot that is carried on the head and balanced precariously on the hip. Lehenga choli. A garment worn by women consisting of a skirt, lehenga, and a short blouse, choli. Dupatta. The scarf or a shawl draped over the shoulder, covering the torso. Bindi. A circular forehead decoration worn by women on the third eye area, signifying wisdom and sometimes also signifying marriage status. Ghunguru. A string of bells. A string of bells worn around the ankles of Indian classical dancers to accentuate rhythmic aspect of the dance. Guru. A teacher, a revered guide, or a master. Nritya. Dance. Lok Nritya. Folk dance. Sari. A garment worn by women, which is one long piece of fabric wrapped around the body and draped on one shoulder. Hath. Hands. Kathak is primarily a storytelling dance form. It is characterized by fast spins, complex footwork, and linear, sharp movements through space. Its techniques and guidelines originated from an ancient Indian text on the dramatic arts called Natya Shastra, which dates back to 200 BC. Kathak began in the temples, where it was used for visual storytelling for portraying the epic tales of the Hindu scriptures, Mahabharata and Ramayana. Poetry and rhythmic movement were the aids in devotional storytelling. The stories didn't stay within the temple walls for long, and nomadic Kathakars or storytellers traveled throughout India and carried the dance, adding elements of mime and theatricality. Over time, Mughal influences in the royal courts and Hindu mythological tales have all found a place of grandeur in the popularity that Kathak enjoys today. Today, Kathak has beautifully transitioned from its secluded devotional origins to a more accessible, multidisciplined entertainment tradition to be enjoyed by all. Music is the accompaniment that gives life to our dances. In Kathak, two main instruments are used, and they are the tabla and the sitar. The tabla is the main percussion instrument in Hindustani classical music and dance performances. A pair of two drums, one lower pitched and one higher pitched. Today's performer on the tabla is Naren Budkar. The second instrument is the sitar, which is a plucked string instrument, and it is one of the main instruments used to provide melody to the piece. Today's performer is Abhik Mukherjee.
These are the drums from North India. They are called tabla. It's a pair of drums. On my right is the small drum made of wood. It makes a high sound like this. On my left is the bigger drum. It's a metal drum. It makes a bassy, like a low sound. Both of these drums are tunable, and I usually tune it when I'm playing music with somebody else, like sitar player. And there is this little hammer that I use, and you pound on it, and then it tunes up or down. The beauty of this drum is it has a language. You strike on different parts of the drums, it produces different sounds, and all of them have names. So on the edge, ta. In the middle, tin, more ringing. Slanting sideways, tun. If you play in the dead center, it gives like a staccato sound. Titta, titta. You can put these letters together and make words like ta, titta, ta, ta, titta, tati, tatita. And then you can play with both hands. Dha. Dha, dha, tit. So this is how the language of tabla develops. And then you put words into longer sentences, and that becomes our text. Once you form a beautiful text, you can use it either to accompany somebody. So this instrument, like any other drums, you can play it with another string instrument, or if somebody's singing, you can play along with them. If somebody's dancing, you can also play these drums with them. But you can also play solo. And what that means is you play many compositions that exist on these drums. And then there are many rhythm cycles, simple 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it can get very complicated from there onwards. But what I'm going to do right now is just for 30, 40 seconds. I'll just give you a feel of how solo compositions are played on tabla.
Hello. The instrument that I'm holding is called sitar. It's a North Indian classical instrument derived from the ancient instrument called veena. The large part which is here is made of edible gourd, a pumpkin, and the rest is wood and metal. Some of these are called frets, where we, thank you, hold this and play notes like something like that. And then we have these, thank you, these plectrums, which we call mijrab. So we put it on our fingers, on our first finger, and then we strum the strings with it. And the left hand, we pull glissandos, which we'll call meads, across the fret. And on the sitar and tabla, we together perform a raga. A raga is nothing but a combination of notes which a particular ascending and descending format. And it depicts a picture on the canvas provided by the tala. So the painting of the raga is provided by a canvas called tala, and the canvas which we will choose now for a demonstration is a 16 beads canvas. So it's a very square canvas of 4 beads each. In between the syllables, as he was saying, of the tal that he will be playing with me on a composition that I will be playing is dha din din dha, dha din din dha, na din din da, te te din din da, dha din din da, dha din din da, dha din din da, da din din da, da. So the raga is a morning melody. We have different melodies for the morning and evening and different times of the days and season. I have chosen a form of lalit, a morning melody. So in teen tal, a square canvas. Thank you. Let me know whenever you're ready.
This is a semi-classical romantic piece where there are two characters. The male character is Krishna and the female character is Radha. The setting for their playful interaction is that of the colorful festival of Holi, which is the hallmark of the spring season in India. The typical Indian manner in which this festival is celebrated is seen as the play of colors and water infused with floral color and perfumes. The depiction of Hindu folklore is the evolution of Kathak dance during the Mughal Empire in India. Kathak found a place in society as a form of entertainment for the kings and royalty. The employment and encouragement that the dancers received from the royalty took the creative expression and technical finesse to new heights during this time. Complex pieces of pure dance and fast spins and elaborate footwork became an inseparable part of Kathak during this era and was developed extensively in the Jaipur area of India. This piece is performed by Abha Roy. Music is composed by late Guru Durga Lal, and it is sung by Hema Aziz. Please stand by for a live performance to a recorded track, Mohe Chhedo Na.
Chhedo
While the classical arts are still respected in Indian culture, there is another genre of Indian dances which is as old as the first humans who walked on earth. We were dancing even before we could talk, and you know, if there was dance, there was definitely music. Yes, I'm talking about folk dances. Folk music and folk dance is the common man's expression of joy, sorrow, celebration, love, separation. Pretty much every human emotion that you can think of has a folk song in an Indian language, and trust me, there are many languages spoken in India. One such folk dance is from the north of India in the state of Punjab, characterized by vivacious, fast-beating percussion and rhythmic poetry. This is called Bhangra. Today this will be performed by Amanjeet Kaur. Bhangra.
ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਹੁਸਨ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਹੁਸਨ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਫਿਰ ਵੀ ਜੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਝੂਠ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਅਰਸ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪਰੀਆਂ ਬੁਲਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਰਾਵਾ ਸੱਚ ਰੱਬ ਦੇ ਦੁਆਰਾਂ ਵਰਗਾ ਰੂਪ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੁਟਿਆਰਾਂ ਵਰਗਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੈਰ ਧਰ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਸੂਟ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਜਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਣ ਸਾਹਮਣੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੋਸ਼ ਗੁੰਮ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਲਾਉਣ ਮੱਕੜੇ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਾਇਨਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਪੈਰ ਧਰ ਦਿੰਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਸਾ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਗੁੱਲ ਕੰਦ ਦੀਆਂ ਲਾਰਾਂ ਵਰਗਾ ਰੂਪ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੁਟਿਆਰਾਂ ਵਰਗਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਹੁਸਨ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਸਾਰੀ ਦੁਨੀਆ 'ਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ ਲਓ ਹੁਸਨ ਮੁਕਾਬਲਾ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਵੇਖ
On behalf of Flushing Town Hall, I would like to thank all of you for being here. And a big thank you to our technical team, our dancers and our teaching artists who worked very hard to make this happen. Namaste and thank you for coming.